It is not even early, so I need tea and then I need food, but let's take care of tea first. I think we left off on day 8, so let's see what we've got for day 9. White sangria. It's pretty. Those strawberry pieces are tantalizing. I like it. It's got a pretty strong fruity taste. I don't know if I can taste the apple so much, but I do taste the strawberry. It's nice. It's bordering an herbal tea, so the strength is not quite there for me. But I would give this to anyone who was curious about tea and not wanting something too strong. Tea curious, yeah. Well, it must be rejuvenating because those few sips have made me feel quite a lot better. Now that I've had this refreshment, I am ready to tackle breakfast. I am making my second favorite breakfast today, which is tofu scramble. I've already got the purple sweet potatoes roasting in the oven, and I'm about ready to start on the tofu scramble itself. I have made this recipe multiple times, so I will just link it in the description instead of talking through it. And I keep forgetting to say, go make yourself your favorite cup of tea, perhaps your favorite snack, and let's have some wonderful food today. I wonder where Bergamot is.
There he is. Oh, what'd you see? What'd you see? Oh, these kitty cats.
Breakfast was so warming and just absolutely hit the spot. I am slowly coming back online. It is December 17th, and obviously I am a little bit behind on my tea advent calendar. So I would like to open up 1 or 2 more just to see what we've got. Okay, so day 10. If it's an herbal, I think I'll move on to the next day. Yes, it is an herbal, but it is called cranberry cream. It's another rooibos tea, and I just don't like rooibos. I'm sure it tastes great, though. Okay, day 11. I know this one. It is Christmas. This is a black tea. I actually have a large bag of this tea. But all the more reason to have it right now. Oh, you know, Since I know what Christmas tastes like, I think I might combine Christmas and cranberry. Let's live on the edge. It's hard to get them in frame, but here was my audience during that tea reveal. It smells like a sweet cross between Christmas and cranberry. So let's see if I have made a new breakthrough flavor combination. Nope, no, I have not. All right, I'll let that cool down. Now for today is one of my favorite kind of days. I don't have anything that needs doing right away, and I don't have anywhere I need to be today. One of the hiking groups I'm in did go out today, and it was one of my favorite places, but I had a pretty exhausting day yesterday, so I have elected to stay home today. That means I have planned myself a day full of delicious food, and that started with breakfast. It is going to continue on with plenty of cups of tea, and I think the part that I am looking forward to the most is we are making cookies today. Now, December and Christmas time is the time of the year for everyone and their third cousin to try to make chocolate chip cookies. It seems like at the corner of every aisle right now there are stacks of baking supplies. And you know what? I don't want to miss out. Now, my mom makes fantastic chocolate chip cookies. She has been making them ever since I was small. So I am not going to enter the area of traditional chocolate chip cookie. I do have a few favorites of my own, and today I really want to make something that I haven't made in maybe 2 years or so. And I think I've only made them once. And those are some copycat Levain red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. And I'm also going to throw in a healthy dinner of butternut squash curry soup later on today. Hey! You're barely in time for tea. You're barely in time for tea. Sometimes she is a very insistent lap cat. I have cleaned up the kitchen. I have the dishwasher going. I will start on the cookies soon, but for now, I would just like to sit for a little bit longer and relax. While I'm excited about all the baking and cooking, I also want this to be a relaxing, somewhat recovery day for me. And I have plenty of relaxation masters around me to teach me. Sage and I are going to finish this tea, and then I will be back, hopefully recharged and ready for baking. Time for cookies. I don't think I have baked these cookies in 2 years, and I don't think I have baked cookies at all for at least a whole year, so this is exciting. I've taken a screenshot of the recipe. Of course, I will link it. They give weights in grams, which I am very grateful for. I have a scale, and it just makes things so much easier and so much more accurate. First thing is every good cookie has a lot of butter. This one calls for 230 grams of cold, unsalted butter. I happen to have vegan butter this time, but just do whatever you want. What I like about cookies is they've always seemed so straightforward, most of them anyway. It's just combining some ingredients, separating the dough, and then baking them. These cookies, though they look like they should be complicated, don't have a very extensive ingredient list. It's much the same as most other cookies, except to add some red food coloring and adding some cocoa powder. Beyond that, I feel like it's a bit simpler because, one, you don't have to bring the ingredients to room temperature like the butter or the eggs. If you're using eggs, you can just, they're supposed to be cold, so you can just pull it right out of the refrigerator whenever you feel like you want to start making cookies. So I have my 230 grams of butter ready to go. It's gonna go into the mixing bowl. And the first step is to just beat that until it is kind of just a muddy mush. I'll just call it that. We've got cold yet softened butter now. I'm just gonna take the bowl straight off and add the sugars into the bowl on the scale. I need 160 grams of superfine sugar. My sugar's been in the pantry for a while, so it's pretty clumpy. And my light brown sugar is a bit brick-like, but I'm sure we can work with it. Also 160 grams of this. Perfect. Okay, let's see what this pour mixer can do with this. Sugar like rocks. All right. This made very short work of all that butter and sugar. That is very fluffy. Next step, possibly my favorite part, is chopping and adding the chocolate. And look how much chocolate we are going to use. This is just shy of 450 grams of chocolate. The recipe does say just white chocolate, but I thought I would go off the rails a little bit and add some dark chocolate. Cutting up a big chocolate bar really adds to the experience of the cookie, because when you bite into it, you can get some small pieces, or you can easily bite into a big chunky pool of chocolate. Chocolate is ready to add. I've reserved a little bit for the tops of the cookies later. The rest of this will just be shortened mixing bursts to combine everything. Dry ingredients, I need 475 grams of plain flour, all-purpose flour. Now we're moving into teaspoons and tablespoons. I need 1 teaspoon of salt and 3 teaspoons baking powder. 1 teaspoon salt. Baking powder. Now for the cocoa powders. In their video, they do 15 grams of regular cocoa powder and 10 grams of black cocoa powder, so that's what I'm gonna do. There's the difference between the regular and the black cocoa powder. The black cocoa powder is very strong, obviously. I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients a little bit just to help the mixer out, and then add it to all the butter and sugar. We are making a mess here. I guess that means we are really baking. Instead of adding all the flour at once, I'm going to turn the mixer on and just keep adding the flour gradually. From what I understand, that helps the butter mix with the flour better. Okay, the mixer is really chugging here. But that looks about right. Now, if this mixer can give me one more good heave-ho, it is time to add the binding ingredients, which in the regular recipe would be 2 eggs and 1 egg white. In my case, it is going to be a flax egg and then the gel red food coloring. Just 1 teaspoon of this coloring. I've suddenly become very aware of the color shirt that I'm wearing, working with this red food coloring. I just realized I forgot the teaspoon of vanilla. That would be awful. One more time, little mixer. One more time. All right, she is chugging, but I think it has all come together. Oh my goodness, it's gonna all come out of the bowl. There we go. Yeah, that looks like about the right consistency that they had in the video. Now it's time to divide the dough into cookies. They're going to be very big cookies. Okay, I did some calculations, and to get 13 cookies out of this dough, I need to divide the dough into 121 gram dough balls. What is that, about baseball size perhaps? Most recipes say walnut sized, not these. These are my cookies. Oh, I love them. I'm so excited. A quick tip is to not compress them into smooth dough balls. They need to have some craggly bits to them. These are going to go in the freezer for at a minimum 90 minutes, but I'm sure they're going to be in there for a little bit longer. And now that I've been surrounded by all this sugar and butter and richness, I am thinking about a healthy supper, so I think I'll look into that next. Well, I need a sit down and some tea, and I think Bergamot would like to join. Okay, day 12. At least having the candle inside a container like this keeps it safe from the cats. Okay, day 12. Oh, I think this is an herbal. Yes, Yuletide toddy. 13 is a little bit better. I love these bags though. They've all been so cute. This one is especially adorable. It's white pear. Look how cute that bag is. It's got a little tea Christmas scene. It's a white tea with apple pieces, natural pear flavor, low caffeine. All right, I will make this and then I am just going to have a rest for a minute before I start on dinner. Oh, that's a good boy. Just like the last tea, I brewed both bags together. I took a smell of the white pear and I felt like it just needed a little bit more oomph than what it had. Well, this smells nice. It has that fruity tart smell to it. It does not taste anything like it smells. Doesn't really taste like much to begin with. White tea, it's kind of weak sometimes. Anyway, it is nice to sit down and have something warm in my fingers. My hands are a little bit cold right now. Dinner is going to be a butternut squash curry soup. Shouldn't take too long. I'd say chopping up the squash is probably going to take me the longest time. I also want to make a salad. I bought a couple of heads of different kinds of lettuce and greens, and I'd like to chop all those up and put them all together. I will meet you back in the kitchen when I finish this tea. For now, I'm going to catch up on some other creators' Vlogmases. Here are all of my greens. I'm going to get these trimmed, chopped, washed, and settled, and then I will start on my butternut squash soup. I absolutely love butternut squash. That and sweet potatoes and pretty much any other kind of squash are some of my favorite foods. Oftentimes people ask me what my favorite foods are, and it is very hard for me to answer because looking at all this, I'm like, well, I like all of this. And here we go, all chopped. Now I'm going to wash it, spin it, and bag it. Everything is getting washed. I am about to start spinning the first round, and Sage is helping. All right, here is the final product. I have got salad for days, and I also made some dressing to go with it. Feels so good to have that done. Now it is time to move on to soup. Are you still with me? Do you need some tea? If you need some tea, go get it and send me that energy. All we've got to do is chop all this up, throw it into the pot, throw it into the blender, and then we should be this close to the finish line. I can taste it. Let's keep going. I don't care what hour of night it is always a good time to have a candlelight dinner. I can't wait to try this soup and this salad. I am sure it is going to be well worth the effort. It smells wonderful. That was the first thing I noticed, was how good the curry powder smelled. That has got a kick to it. Other than a little bit of chili garlic sauce, I'm not sure where the intense spice is coming from. Maybe it's the curry powder. But it is, got ourselves a dinner guest. Berg. He usually does not care what I'm eating. Nothing ever smells good to him. Well, anyway, what I was saying was I think it is a very good soup and perfectly heartwarming and stomach-warming right now. Okay, I guess I should try the salad before I just eat all of this soup. Yeah, that is good. The cranberries balance out the dressing, and I tasted the dressing by itself and I thought it was a little bit sour because tahini on its own is very sour. Plus the dressing was had a base of lemon juice. But you add the sweet lettuce, the cranberries, and everything else is kind of a sweet, and that balances it out very well. Plus the lettuce is just super crunchy. It is so nice to get very fresh lettuce like that. I will be having these two things for the next couple of evenings, that is for sure. Didn't think I'd leave you hanging with the cookies, did you? Oh, that chocolate smells like a dream. This is a cookie that you cut in half and share. Maybe. Well, that needs to cool for a good 10 minutes, so in the meantime, I am going to clean up the rest of the kitchen. Here it is. It's gigantic. It's exactly how I remember them to be. Here we go. I only have one chance at this. It doesn't fall completely apart. Wow. And the picture is worth 1,000 words. That is so hard to describe. It is like just the lightest hint of chocolate, yet still very chocolatey. My oven has a fan, and I baked these at 325 with the fan on for 22 minutes. I think I could have stopped it at 20 minutes. It is only just vaguely, slightly over crispy at the very bottom, but the inside and the top is just pillowy soft, and the inside is all gooey. I love a cookie that has crispy on the outside and gooey in the middle. Okay, I definitely need a minute with the rest of this cookie. I will catch you in a bit. Wow, it has been a day, and it has actually started raining, which is the perfect cozy way to end the night. Even as someone who really loves to cook, today was quite exceptional for me. I don't normally spend the absolutely entire day in the kitchen. It's been a long time since I've had just a whole plate of greens and salad. I'm usually having some kind of steamed vegetable or roasted vegetable, but not really lettuce. And I could tell I was craving it because it tasted so good. Another note on the cookies is if you freeze them, put some kind of parchment paper or plastic wrap beneath them on the plate. Otherwise, they're very hard to get off the plate once they freeze. I've been trying to think about what I want to say as far as thoughts on cooking and notes on the activities today. I was never interested in cooking or food in general when I was growing up. I didn't start becoming interested until I became vegetarian in 2004. When I made that decision, there was not a lot of vegetarian options where I live, and it was still a very, well, I'll just say around here, if you were vegetarian, people would look at you like you were in some kind of cult. or that you were just going to dissolve before their eyes. So there weren't a lot of options. But it wasn't until I started cooking for myself that I really started to enjoy food and really care about what I was eating. And what has surprised me even more is that giving food and making food for people has become like a primary love language of mine to give to other people. I think that's why I like to record and make videos of my cooking, because I almost feel like I am either cooking with someone or cooking for someone or just sharing some kind of cooking experience with someone. And it is important to me. It just makes me feel good. I haven't reached this point in life yet, but I would love to have dinner parties at my house someday. But back to today, now that I have spent the whole day cooking, I will have leftovers for the next several days. So hopefully the time spent all levels out. And I'm so glad the cookies turned out. I kind of needed a baking win after the catastrophe that was hot chocolate bombs. I'm not sure what I will do with the rest of the cookies. I was thinking with their size, they would make nice gifts for people. Maybe it was a little bit weird just spending the whole day in that corner of my kitchen and in the dining room. But I promise we will venture to other areas of the house and perhaps out of doors again at some point. Now I am going to venture myself to the bedroom before I go unconscious from tiredness. I don't have a cup to cheers you with. I don't know what is going on with me. I am that tired. So, hey, here's a fist bump. And I will see you in the next one. Good night.